put it up.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. We are live, and look who's back. Our beautiful Nick has hobbled up to the camera. So, Nick, how are you, darling? Tell us what's happening.
Oh, well, I literally got ankle tapped. I was in the middle of enjoying myself, setting up some design promotional stuff, and just decided I'd go for a walk out to the pool and take the leaves off. And I apologise, there must be a bit of a lag because I look like
That's right.
I don't know why. And and my foot slipped off the edge of the pool and slipped onto the top step inside the pool with enough force that I have a very weak ankle anyway. I've sprained it so many times in my life. And that was enough to break it in 3 different places, I guess. They call it a trimalleolar or something. It's the sort of the worst type of ankle fracture you can get. But yeah, it was pretty full on.
Very full on. So, wow. I'm sorry you've had to go through all this. It's pretty big, isn't it? Because your whole life changes for that time for the healing. I just want to say hello to everybody. I want to ask you some more questions.
Hi, everybody.
Layla's on. Hello, gorgeous one, all the way from over. Whoop, whoop for us. Marie's on. We've got Kylie on. We've got Dennis on. Oh, it's so nice to see you all. And just before I go, I want to ask Nick stuff. Layla, you've put up a message, an amazing message about a letter, but the last bit's not come through for me. If you're on, can you just put up after the question, should I? I haven't got the question in there, honey. So if you can do that, that'd be awesome. But so Nick, what's been your greatest, I guess, learning or experience through all this pain and shock and change? What's come up for you?
Well, I'll tell you, immediately when I did it, I looked down at it because it wasn't pretty. But my very first thought was, is this my ticket out of here? Like, is this? It was just like me checking in. It was like me checking in, like, what? When they say your life runs through your, when you have those experiences, it wasn't so much that, but it was more like I just got so much information within a few split seconds. And then, because I'm looking at this really bad foot, and it was just like, makes sense for me? High self, come in and make sense of all of this, and said, no. It was like, you're right. You're going to, this has to happen. And I thought, right, okay. And then I went into full management mode, which was deal with it myself, which I did. I did my own correction of it before the AMBOs got there. But it was really interesting on the show last week how, I can't remember who it was that said it, mentioned about the electricity. But weirdly enough, I got this impression that I had just released, I had just released a mountain load of trauma for lifetimes, mine and everyone's.
Yeah.
All sorts, so many. It was a collective, like, it was almost like it had to happen this way because it happened quickly, and there was something about it that made a lot of sense. So it took me away from any anger, frustration, and even fear for that moment. So there was something that I reflect on now, and I'm thinking this had to happen. This was absolutely critical to. It's like you have to have a breakdown to have a breakthrough.
I so get that. I know, and because this would have just stopped you, like, literally in your tracks.
That's exactly right, and it's allowing something brand new to come through. And I don't know, I'm getting, for the last week, especially when I talk to people that have got connections to their higher selves and spirit, and it's just opening up something new, and I cannot put my finger on what it is. It's something quite unique.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you said that, because I've been pulling some cards for you as you were talking.
Yeah.
And first thing is, absolutely, this is some sort of collusion, because the Two of Cups is about working with someone or something else in a situation. So what you were saying is, this is not just for you. This is definitely on a bigger picture. And the Three of Pentacles, which is the contract cards, come up.
Yes.
So this is definitely a contract for you. And then the action that happened, I always see the Knight of Wands as someone that's taking action. Sometimes it can feel like it's gone the wrong way. So, but you're right, it's completed something. Look at that 10 of swords. Something
Yeah.
has really finished, and it's almost like a program, I'm getting told, has
Yes.
been finished for something unique to come through. That Nine of Pentacles, this to me is the beautiful, unique, abundant, incredible cards. So exactly what you were saying, like you're spot on. So
yeah, that sense of completion, it's almost like I wouldn't have been able to do it in the timely manner. This has projected it into something completely new, a whole new way of the programming thing came up a lot for me too. I just couldn't work out, and I thought that was must have been holding me back, but it was also holding, because as we know, one person, depending on their frequency, can affect hundreds, thousands of people, depending on where they sit. And it's I'm actually really grateful, believe it or not, because from the moment I did it, everything just fell into place. Because the most bizarre thing about it was that no one was around in my cul-de-sac, and we got big acreages here. And so normally if you yell enough, the sounds travel and you get somebody, but everyone was away. And I was just thinking, right, how am I going to get out of here? I'm in a cone of silence, the pool walls, and I just thought I need to start calling for help. And then at the same time, I need to start moving on my butt to try to get back into the house to get my phone. But luckily, one of my neighbours was home in the garden and she heard me. And it was just from that moment on, everything's just fallen into place perfectly. So it was almost like that's why I feel it was meant to happen this way. And everything else, I've been fully protected and supported from there on in. So that's it. We're going to do this for you, or you're going to agree to doing this or have this happen, but we're going to make everything else around you absolutely perfect for you to work through this. Yeah,
which is beautiful, you know. And look, I do feel that sometimes we have these contracts that are weird, and yet the shift and change that comes from them. I mean, you
yeah,
think about what bone is as well. To me, bone holds memory, it holds
yes,
codes, it
yeah,
holds DNA,
yeah.
it's where we manifest from. So it's pretty big.
It is
So you know,
huge. Yeah,
it's huge.
definitely.
So
It's
and
big.
hi Kim, and Kim's asking what happened to Nick. Nick did a spectacular job of breaking her ankle, and it wasn't just a normal one.
Yeah,
And yeah, she's had some surgery and stuff, and she's yeah, just
yeah,
doing amazingly well considering.
yeah. And
So
I have to thank Marie and Kylie. I mean, they were one of the first people I spoke to once I did it, because I was in my body was in such a state of shock, because I pretty much went straight, like it was straight to emergency, put me into triage, and then I went straight into surgery a few, like several hours, over the night. And it was just, my body was so much shock. But I contacted Marie for a bit of spiritual support, and she said to me, have you set up the theatre? And I'm thinking, why would I set up the TV room? Like I'm not even home. And then I got it, because I'd already been sending out a lot of, been connecting to everything I could to help get me through it. Because I was a bit concerned about surgery as well. I haven't been in a hospital for a long time, but I have to thank Marie for her support, because not only she has got the background working in that field, but and Kylie as well, but just the direction you gave me and setting up that place for me and giving me the confidence. I think it's about confidence to be okay with everything. So yeah, I have learned so much about myself in the last week. It's incredible. So, so if you hurt yourself or you do something, we tend to just immediately we get cranky at ourselves, or, and then that spills out into our lives. But here it's just actually bringing in some huge blessings. Yeah, but I'm so grateful for Marie and everyone else. And that's why I really wanted to get on and chat last week, because it just makes me feel good. It's an aspiration of mine to get up in the morning and do something that's going to make me feel that I'm on the right trajectory. And this show is one of those. So thank you.
oh, it's so beautiful. And everyone, we all sent love and healing to you. So that's from everyone here. So, but this is a good reminder for anyone, whenever you have an incident where you're going into a situation that you're unsure of, for example, like going in to have a procedure in theatre, I always just imagine myself in the theatre, and then I ask my higher self to bring in whatever's needed, whether it's the angels, whether it's light, whether it's gold light for the surgeons, to make sure that or whoever is in there So I actually set up literally energetically the theatre. You can do this. I do this in a cinema when I go in to watch a movie. What is it that I need to know on a deeper level here? What is it that I can actually shift and help with? And I do that. I set up a cinema. So it does, just that's something to just keep in mind. If you want to go shopping and you're going, oh, I just need some help with this, set it up. So yeah, it's like our manifesting, but it's really tapping in to that beautiful etheric energy, I suppose.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah. And
Yeah.
before I drive down, I always just go, I know I'm protected, loved, and supported, and everything is safe. And I drive it, everything flows easily. So
Exactly.
just little words like that. It's really acknowledging who we are, being that divine presence and being within this physical vessel. And we still have to look after this physical vessel. So
Exactly.
yes.
Exactly.
So Nick,
Exactly.
you've
Yeah.
just done an
And
incredible job. You are
yeah.
amazing. You're so inspirational with your
Mm,
positivity and your ability to go deep and to see what's actually going on for you.
I mean, I've got 6 weeks of non wheel bearing, non weight bearing, which
Feel
and
very
so basically leg raised up in the air for most of it, and then another 6 weeks after that in one of those moon boots. But I know my recovery will be really, really effective because I've got because that's where I am. That's where I am at this point. I understand how to heal my body, so it'll be a really good example to see what miracles occur.
absolutely. And what insights you get as each stage progresses
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, I
Yes.
think that's going to be
Yeah.
quite incredible with that bone healing.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah. Exactly.
amazing. So
Exactly.
wow. Oh, hi, Jillian. Jillian's on as well. Lovely to see you all. We love this. We love this little family. But
Yeah.
I'm going to start with Layla though, because I know it's really late over there. So I just want to see if we can do this before Layla needs to go to bed.
Yeah.
So, do you want to read this out?
Hi, lovely Layla. So, long time since I've been on, I've had lots to do with getting one apartment ready for sale after Mum's death. I found an envelope addressed for my sister that she had in a drawer with "Open after I'm gone" on it. My sister was so evil against Mum for so many years, and Mum didn't even get to see her great grandchildren. So this letter must have much agony and despair in it. Should I, and this is the bit we can't find,
Oh, no, she's done it. She's put it back in.
oh, wonderful. Should I send it? I know that these things may not be that important on the other side. Sister cut me out years ago with no explanation. Thank you.
Wow. So, Layla, I'm going to presume that the letter is addressed to, oh, yeah, for your sister. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So, let's have a look. What are you getting straight away, Nick?
What would love to?
What would love do? Exactly. What would love do? I'm feeling that your sister has a big pain body. And so when she comes from things, it's like her heart closes because I can feel it. It's like this pain
Yeah, I
body
feel
and she
that. Right.
can't see or move through it yet. Um, it's also around for her. It's around self-forgiveness. I think she finds that really difficult. So if it was me, I don't know. I'll pull some cards, but I know what I'd do if it was me. Layla, can you put in there what your intuition and what your higher self is telling you? Can you actually put it into there for us? Because I think this is so important.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. When you lose your mum, to me is just like amazing. It's someone else that's so unique in this crazy world, and especially if you've had some separation within the family, it makes it even more difficult. So yeah, you pop it in there. I'm going to do some cards, and if anyone else wants to put in some words for Layla, I know Dennis, you've talked about family. Sometimes our family is not the soul family that we would have chosen, but it was. And so there's reason for that too. It's easy to pick our friends that are soul family, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's often our soul's smarter than we are, and it goes, right, well, let's just set this up so that we've got some stuff to work with our blood family. So
Yeah.
yeah. So okay, I'm just gonna pull some cards for Layla. and for her mama and for her sister. Oh, this is so beautiful. So yeah, but Layla, if you can, pop in there what you would do if you're on. Yeah, okay. Now this is making sense. And this is what I was feeling as well. Oh, yeah, and I really feel your sister is almost a little bit despairing about, what has happened as well, and she just finds it so hard to reconcile. So, so what the cards were was, let me just pop this down so that we've got a bit more room here. The world. So, honey, to me, this is where there's something new coming through. It's bigger than what you know. This is bigger. And you say, look, when people have left the physical world, we know they're still there and they see things differently. And I feel that, your mum wouldn't have written that letter unless it was right. And you wouldn't have found it unless it was right for you to find it. It's going to help finish something. Ten of Swords has come up again. So this, whatever this problem was, the idea that was going on, I feel it's going to help sort of really finish that, to open up to something beautiful and new, like new connections, new abundance, because that 10 of Pentacles, it's like everything happening in reality. So if it was me, I would just send it with love and with, this is between you and mum, and yes, we've not spoken, we don't know, I don't know why, but I still love you, and I'm just going to send this because mum wanted that. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. So
And
let's have a look. Yeah, sorry, keep going, Nick.
I just feel too, it's about, for Layla personally, I'm getting this feeling like if we all put ourselves first in that position of what we would do and how we would react. But for Layla, actually, we'll just read this first. I really don't know. I want Sis to feel the pain she caused, but what good will it do for Mum and Sis? And that's the bottom line. What good will it do? Because all it's doing is hurting you, because you're getting more and more entangled in the old story of this is how we must react when somebody does this to us. And we're learning to not be that way now. And when we do that, we just dissolve all of this stuff and we're not taking this with us anymore, because it's got to stop somewhere. Someone has to be the one to go, no more. I'm not. And it's like, when I this might be really helpful for you, because I read this the other day and it really hit home for me, was that when somebody is complaining or someone's not nice or someone's doing something you disagree with or whatever falls into that, those lower vibrational categories, just say the word good. Good. Thank you. And if you're having a direct conversation, use that word, because what happens is that you're not dropping yourself down to their level of frequency. You're actually raising them up into something new, and it breaks the pattern of thinking, which is, but they were so mean to me, and they were mean to this person, and now they're mean to me. It just say good and thank you, and they can't. It short circuits it, and it's like, this is the test for us now. This is it's the challenge for you to maybe look at why do we have to react that way. It just causes us pain. Yeah, so that, I think the cards you pulled, Marie, were really relevant. Yeah.
And and when people come from a pain body, if they're doing that sort of behavior to others, imagine how they're talking to themselves. So it's it's pretty tricky. So, but it's great because we have, like Jillian sort of says what she what she had happened.
From my perspective, I have been the one that cut off family. The pain is sometimes something that has just been compounded with time. I feel like the letter to your sister would be really healing. Yeah.
Beautiful. And I love this. People are really...
Yeah, totally up to Layla, but my thoughts are, Mum felt the need to write it. Pain, love, apology, it was her choice, and the sister may need it to heal. Yeah. Yeah. And your sister will know that you sent it as well. Like she could think, did she open it? Did she read it? Oh, she sent it. I mean, this will be reframing you as well in her mind. So, and then Kylie says, I felt this would reconnect the sisters. Yes.
And also what I'm getting intuitively, I don't know if your sister's the sort of person that would just see a letter from you and throw it in the bin. I would write on the back of the envelope, this is Mum's last letter to you. It's specifically, like make it so she knows, so she doesn't do something stupid and throw it in the bin and then regret it. So yeah, I
feel it is mum wanting them to reconcile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Layla, your heart already knew you'd made the right decision.
Yeah. And, but it's still your choice, Layla. And, tap into your higher self, tap into your heart. If you ask your mum to come through, to actually give you some guidance here. So, it's because, that's between them as well.
Yeah.
You're that beautiful bridge for them. And it doesn't matter how your sister reacts, what she does, that's not on you at all. Okay?
No, you have to let go of that outcome, no matter what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. No expectation at all. Just love. Just send it. Love, gone. Yeah. So this is Sherry. Hi, Sherry.
Sherry. Also, when it is written form, you are not distracted by the energy of other person while you digest the content. Yeah, that's very true.
It's so true. Written words are so powerful. So no, look, and this is a big thing, and I feel this is almost like a healing within itself, within the whole lineage somehow.
Yeah.
So yeah, just trust what you get. Yeah, justice. Look, this card just came up. Justice.
Yeah, it feels there's balance coming to it all.
That's what I'm getting. It really feels like balance coming to something, but and then the celebration card was underneath.
Yeah.
Okay, so the three women,
right.
the three sisters.
I love it.
Can't make stuff up.
Yeah.
So no, look, I really feel for you, but yeah, you just trust yourself. You've got this, basically.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
You've really got it. So. Wow. Well, it's just the gift that keeps on giving, isn't it? When people leave this realm, it's like you go, oh my goodness. And honestly, it's quite surprising. I remember my sister had all mum's jewelry. It's not expensive jewelry, but mum was quite a snazzy little dresser, and it was mum passed in 2011, and this jewelry just came out this year, gone. And it was Helen, my sister said, oh my gosh, I forgot. So I actually found this in the cupboard. And I've actually got the most beautiful little earrings. I haven't got one today, but things like, and I went, oh, this was mum's. And this is like 14 years later or something ridiculous.
Wow.
So it's just the gift that keeps on giving.
It is.
So, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. They never leave us.
And sometimes I think just to readjust myself, when situations occur in families that are very unsettling, what I like to do is, like, this is our movie we play out here, but I like to pull myself up into what really is the case, and I feel that we're all together working beautifully in harmony, and we're just going, okay, how do we get them through this phase and getting them to release something so that they can heal and move on to become the true selves. And I know that's going on at the same time. So sometimes I just tune into that, where I know that it's all perfectly orchestrated, and then all we have to do is we can drop back into this present moment and watching it unfold, but with the knowing that we're heavily guided, and we can pull on that at any stage, and it brings that balance back into this here and now for it as well.
I love that. I love it.
I will not open it. I will try to ask the universe and take some time to find the answer. Thank you all. You really helped me now. Oh, love to you, Layla.
And it's so nice to be able to share these things because they're very personal, and they're deep, and it's a lot because you're going to be going through a process as well, Layla, with your own healing from your abandonment from your sister. So there's a lot that is going to bring out. It's not just about your mum and your sister at the end of the day.
I just heard that little voice. Your sister just came in, and I just heard her voice saying, I knew this was going to be hard for us. We talked about this before, but we agreed to it. That's
on a soul level.
Yeah. Yeah.
And listen to your birds going off in the background, which obviously they bring through other dimensions birds sound. That was beautiful. Just beautiful.
Actually, Mark brought in a butterfly for me yesterday. I could see a butterfly out near the pool where I'd hurt my foot, and I said, oh, there's a butterfly. I think it's a butterfly. Can you go and check it? I want to make sure it's okay. Because it just wasn't acting like a normal butterfly. And so he went out and got it and brought it in to me. And it was so beautiful. It was just this, we have a butterfly farm, not a farm, but like a visitor's place up here because we have a huge amount of butterflies. Yeah, so nature. Just look to nature. It always helps you.
I love it, that connection. So beautiful. So we'll do Marie's dream next that she's put up. Yes. Okay, let's have a look at Marie's dream.
So Marie says, I woke to a song, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Then then a face, then an animal. Then I could see a paper full of writing, and it repeated over and over again, but a different song, a different face. Different animal with a paper full of writing. This repeated over and over. I didn't really recognize each. After I woke up, I felt as if it was like a life review, calm, patient, and knowledge. Yeah. Also, a number of times besides normal numbers, I kept seeing 1214, which is my birthday.
Interesting. So Marie, as soon as Nick was reading this, I was getting, oh, this is like, other lifetimes. It's almost like dum, 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 tick, tick, tick. And amalgamating it. They say, oh, you have this life review once you leave your body. I actually don't believe that anymore. I know that we're doing it as we are now.
I agree. Yes, absolutely agree with that.
Do it in the moment. And for me, there's no judgment. I always remember to say to myself, oh, I've done the best I can do, no matter what, no matter whether I was emotionally reactive, whatever it is, in any situation, I love myself and I have done the best that I could do in every moment. And it's like, I am not going to sit there and have someone tell me you've got to look at this and no, thank you very much. I am a supreme, sovereign, divine being. No. So it's happening for us in every moment. So I feel that that's what this dream was for you. So, yeah.
And I think the writing being flashed before you in that way, in that form, is helping consolidate it. It's really embedding it down and rather than, there's no loose ends. I feel like it leaves, like we said before, about when you write something down, it really confirms it. It's like, there it is. It's written. It's like the contract is written in ink.
It's like the Akashic records they talk about in a way. And for you, Marie, I always know that your songs come through for you and whatever. And yeah, so and it's so interesting because I'm just randomly, the cards are coming out for you as we're talking. But it's fascinating. Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe it. We've got a big fat yes because we've got our Ace of Wands. So you're exactly what's going on. What you were saying, Marie, you're right. The Death card, the transition, the transformation. And it takes a long time. This could have been lifetime after lifetime after so many experiences on this amazing, circle of life, literally. And then you've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is beautiful. This is lots and lots of real life experiences, lots of abundance. So yeah. So I feel that's a huge shifting for you as well.
And isn't that beautiful, that song, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? And they say that no one actually knows who wrote it, or where it came from. It's our divine self, isn't it? There it is.
There it is, yes. Yeah. Absolutely. And with that song, it makes us question, what are the stars really? Because you know what? We get told one thing, and what are they really at the end of the day? Yeah. So I think there's more to that song.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So, and we definitely got a confirmation there with the Chariot, because once we find that balance, see the masculine, the feminine, the balance within, then we can move forward a lot more quickly. So I feel let us know how you go over the next sort of days even, or weeks with this, because I feel like you're going to have more clarity and more aha moments.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's a really. I can feel everything about that dream you had. I really can. It's such an easy one to connect with because I think it's something we all will experience to some degree. Yeah.
Totally. So So let us know if you've got any dreams that you want to pop up, or I checked my emails, but I couldn't see any. So yeah, if you've got anything you want to share, any synchronicities that have happened for you. I've been having the wildest dreams. I mean, I can't remember if I talked about the flying dreams I had. I don't know if I did share this one. It was so weird. So I was flying. It was fantastic. So, and I was going over this harbour and this and that. And then this guy down below said, "Oh, I can fly too. Can I come flying with you?" So I went, okay. So he was flying, and then I'd have to do a bit of a run up. And I was going, no, I can just lift off. It's okay. I can do this. And then so we went to this other area, and it was like a bit of a stage, and I flew onto the stage, and the next minute someone threw 2 boxes up onto the stage, and he grabbed one of them. And I opened up my box, and it was Donald Trump's head, and he still had the intubation tube in, with crosses over his eyes with tape. And I went, it's Donald. What on earth's his head doing in this box? I went, oh, no, I've touched it now. I'm going to have to fly off with it and drop it somewhere. And luckily there was trees and bush and everything, from this place. So I'm flying off, and I went, okay, I'm going to bring it. I'm just going to come down here and see if I can put it somewhere. And then there was these series of like caves and things. So I went through them, and it was almost like a little entertainment thing. It was really interesting. And I went, oh, I think I'm in Spain or somewhere. This is weird. And anyway, so I had his head, and I was just trying to walk through this place because it was like a dead end with his head in a box. And then I went, oh, it's okay. I can wash my hands now. Thank goodness. So I went to wash my hands. And then I saw the exit. I went, oh, great, I'm leaving. And I got out, went, oh, no, I've left the box and the head inside. They're going to find my fingerprints on it. And so I was going, oh, okay, it's all right. I'm just going to fly somewhere. They'll never find me. No one's got my fingerprints. I'll be fine. Like that sort of crazy dreams. Oh,
that feels like a sort of dream I'd have. That movement where you're trying to get rid of something. You're trying to, and you've got to do it in a way that nobody sees what you're doing. But you know what I got with that head straight away, which was it's a talking head, a spokesperson.
Yeah.
And when you said about the tube, it's like being fed and guided to be somebody that's going to influence, not control. Let's use that very different term, but as a talking head. And by you flying away with it was like, I like that. It feels like, remember, always be aware that that's all that is.
That's it. It's so true. And it was spiritual, because to me, a flying dream means it's quite a spiritual dream.
That's right.
So, and it was so interesting. And we all know there's like 5 or 6 of him, and he is simply a spokesperson for whatever else is going on. So, yeah. So isn't
and the fact
that
you could fly, you could just fly, which means that that's your true power. That's your true individual power, to be able to just take off and do whatever you want to do. And like you said, I don't have fingerprints. There you go. Bang, done, solved.
I don't. And I went, no one's got my fingerprints. So it's almost like I go under the radar with what I do energetically and spiritually, because I've had some incredible experiences over the weekend, even with, they talk about the gateway, in Persia, from Persian times. Yes. Well, I had a really amazing experience with my family, my what do you call them? My beings, the beings that are my family. They'd come through about 3 weeks ago, and they used to always come through my solar plexus, and it was so uncomfortable. So I said, no, I'm not going to do it like this anymore. So I did a vortex for them to come through, and then forgot about them. And then they came in on the weekend, and they were like, and all of a sudden I had to do language of light. I had to do all these different things. And they said, thank you, we can now go through and do what we need to do. Anyway, then they came back, and then my dragon came through, and it was interesting. I went, I have to talk to Kylie about this. And the dragons are gritters, and we were in Persia, and there was a massive portal, and we were doing work with this portal, and with all these beings, these light beings. I call them light warriors. This amazing crew that I hang with when I'm off Earth. So it was just fascinating. It was just fascinating. So this is all going on as well while I'm having crazy dreams and things are happening. So, and I just knew exactly what to do with my light language, with everything I was doing. Yeah.
That's really interesting, Maree, because one of the things that I've been getting this week, I had a conversation where I was probably able to articulate it more with someone, which is I'm now aware that every single cell in my body is a portal. And because of that, I'm able to understand that I can open that up, because that's what we physically have to be here for, and that's to be able to extend it into back into source, and then also through to Mother Earth, into Gaia. And what you're saying is exactly that. It's just the same thing, and you're doing it you're doing energetically on the ground here, even though you've been in Queensland the whole time, but you haven't.
I'm everywhere. Yeah,
but like that was really, that you open and you shifted it. You've shifted it to another level, which doesn't have to come through your solar plexus at all.
And I couldn't. I mean, it used to take months, and I'd be going, "What is wrong with me? Why have I got this feeling in my feeling vortex or something?" And then I got that through a reading that Alexis did for me. She went, "Oh, have you been having things go in your solar plexus?" And she went, "It's your family coming in." I went, "Oh." So now we've shifted that, so I don't have to do that through the physical anymore. I've always known I'm a conduit. I'm a vortex. I'm a portal. That's why I was a nurse and a midwife, because I would help bring souls through to the earth and then help them leave. But more than that, and it's just so fascinating, Nick. The more we start to remember who we truly are, the more this makes sense. All the cray things that have happened and whatever. It's like, oh, okay, now I'm starting to get it.
And it almost doesn't feel peculiar in any shape or form. It feels so right. Interesting too, when you said that about, like, because you were a nurse. When I was in the hospital, here I am, like, dealing with my own self, and I was pretty like, as far as the nurses were concerned, I was like their poster child in there. But it was interesting because they shifted me from my lovely room into another less private area for a very short period of time, and then moved me again to another ward where it was sort of private, not a room, but one I curtained off before I got discharged. So all that happened in the space of a day. But I was very, very aware, even in the first section of that hospital where they put me for the intensive sort of care part, was that I was also doing work while I was in there. I was really, really aware of it, and it was quite powerful where it was going through, because hospitals are places where people are very vulnerable. So there I was walking around with a nightgown on without any undies, and I couldn't care less. You saw my bum.
I love it.
Around, but still, you know what I mean? It's like you drop everything. All the filters go away. Things don't matter anymore. You don't care what you look like, what you say, and it makes it very easy to do work. And I think that's exactly where you were positioned for that reason, Maree.
Well, even when I was a pharmaceutical rep, I would go to all the doctor's surgeries, all the hospitals, and I could feel straight away, oh, clearing is needed here. So I'd just sit there for a few minutes, clear the hospital. It was just my job, and I knew that was my bigger job, more so than the physical job that I was doing. It was giving me access to all these places. So yes, literally, you're spot on. Yeah. So, but it was interesting, and with the Persia thing, and it's interesting, Maree.
Persia, as it is, was one of the places I felt connected to. I remember it beautiful. Yes, Maree.
Absolutely. And it was interesting because a friend of mine did a healing session for me on the weekend as well, and it came up that there was she said, Maree, there's been a lifetime where it was almost like Isis energy, but it was to do in the desert, and it was like you looked after these portals with grids. And I went, oh, and I told her what had just happened the day before. That, well, this is making so much sense. It's like you're tapping back into that energy again as well. So,
I feel the way you might have done it too, Maree, was just because you hold the frequency. You didn't have to actually be like a physical gatekeeper for it, but you came in with that perfect template of frequency that kept it into a harmonic state. Persia's always interested me too. I've always been fascinated by it.
And I've always loved the Iranian people that I've connected with through work or whatever. I'm just like,
they're gorgeous.
There's just love and connection, and I can sort of understand why now with the history, that my soul has had as well. Yeah, so I love it. So it's been a very interesting week. So, and Carly was helping with that. So this is from Jillian's cute.
I, Jillian, I had a dream of this YouTube group, but we met in person. We were all wearing pajamas and talking about our teddy bears. Oh, that's so lovely.
That is so cute. It's so funny.
Love it, Gillian. I have my PJs ready, but we'll have to manifest the teddy bear.
Or
Oh,
maybe
that's
someone bring you
so
one, Marie.
comforting. I mean,
That'd be
isn't that a
great.
comfortable feeling, like having a sleepover and you're so comfortable and you just get to be the way you want to be with your pajamas on and oh, that's so cool.
That is cute. And we all do. I'm sure we all do. I mean, it was probably giving you a message, Gillian, that we can connect in other areas and levels and dimensions and realms,
Yeah,
because we're all very like-hearted and
yeah.
you obviously have some soul connection between
Oh,
us all.
totally. And
Yeah.
I feel like that was like a little bit of R&R for us as well.
Yeah.
We're doing all this stuff and we're conscious of it, but sometimes we just need to go and chill somewhere. So we did it in our PJs.
Totally, totally. So, and Sherry's just talked
Oh,
about what you.
in an authentic state, the vulnerability can open the door to receiving and support. Yeah, beautifully put. Yes.
So
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
Often that needs to be like Nick said, it sometimes takes that huge physical shift to just we go, I've got nothing left, I need help. And then for some people that's really difficult. So it's
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
learnt that lesson this week.
yeah,
I'm not one of those people. I've just always been really, really capable of doing my own thing and took pride in that and saw that was something that you had to be in life. But of course, over the years, I let go of it. But still, it was a hard habit to break. But when you're lying in a hospital bed and you can't do a wee and you need a bedpan, and
oh,
someone has to take it away, and you think,
hold on for as long as you can before you go. I've been a
yeah,
patient as well,
yeah,
and it's like, oh man, I didn't realize how vulnerable this is. And as a nurse, you don't
exactly.
think anything of it.
No,
It's like, no, there's no drama. It's
no,
just what we're
no,
here for. Whereas
that's
for the
exactly right.
person, that's very vulnerable.
And
So
yeah,
yeah, and I think that's where
totally,
compassion comes in.
totally does. It really
Yeah.
does. It's opened up my heart enormously, and it's been also good for my partner too because I've been very controlling, I guess, in certain things I've done in my share of the household duties and cooking or doing that. And I mean, he's just having to do everything for me at the moment. I'm starting to become more independent as the day moves on, but not being able to put my foot down for very long is limiting. And I mean, he's just stepped into a whole new realm because of
Yeah.
it. So
So
yeah,
imagine this his self-esteem. This is probably going to be amazing for his self-esteem.
yeah, yeah. Like all my friends are coming over with food and things. I mean, I've got an incredible support network here,
Yeah.
and they're just hanging out for a few hours and making sure we're laughing. But they come over to help cook or do something, and he'll be just taking over, and they'll be looking, going, "Oh, you don't even we don't need to help. We didn't know he could do this." And he said, "No, I'm more than capable." So
It's
it's so true.
interesting. So
Yeah.
he's got the opportunity to shine.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And
Yeah.
I'm letting him because I'm just like going, okay, well, it's my turn to sit back here and, I'm being a good patient. I'm not being a,
You
get me this.
sure?
Yes. Yeah. He was so concerned about doing the show this morning. And I said to him, he said, are you sure you're ready? And I said, because I didn't even tell him I got online at the hospital.
Really?
I said, you know how good I feel because he knows how good I feel when I do the show and how he said, no, it's so uplifting for you. And I said, I just know that this recalibrates me being here
Yeah. Yeah.
because we're all doing it for each other.
We're all connected, and it's just that. It's almost like a debrief, isn't it, of what's going on
Yeah,
a level.
yeah,
So, give me one
yeah.
second. I'm going to get my cards. Hang on, I left them over here. Let me just grab them. No wonder. Okay. Yeah. No. Look, I think it's lovely for everyone. I hope it's lovely for everyone because that's why we do it. It's good for us, so we're hoping
And
it's good for everyone
Marie,
else.
while you're doing that, I did manage to pull a card, and I was waiting for one to fall out, and it didn't. I thought, oh, well, I'm just going to open up the deck, like split the deck at a certain point. And I pulled this white stag card, and it says "Take the lead." And it's really interesting because tuning into it more and more and more, I realize that's exactly it. Where what you just said about when you let go, people find their own confidence. And I think we're all at a place now, that card represents for me, it's finding our confidence to be able to take the lead and do it in ways, because we all know what's happening currently, and more people are starting to get an inkling that there's something not right. We're the ones in a position to help settle that, or to just gently guide it, and we don't have to do it forcefully anymore. We've understood that. We've gone through that process now, and so we're in a position now where we're lucky to be able to be in our position, so that we can help others work through this phase, and we're going to do it with such confidence because we've worked through it ourselves.
We have to have got through shock, got through everything that we've got through to get to this point, and the gentle downloads, like just, we're breaking the ice at some level as well for people.
Yeah.
So it's not so difficult. And the stag spirit, to me, stag has always been like a messenger from God, like a very spiritual ritual, like there's something here, really look at it. So I love that. I really love the stag energy in that aspect. So well, I'm gonna pull one of our beautiful chakra cards and see what comes up for us all, just for right now, for where we're at, and where we're moving into, and what we're starting to remember more of. Oops, okay, one of these. That one. Okay. How interesting. It's number 6, and it's balance.
Oh.
So, oh my God, Nick, I was actually feeling that this might be for you as well.
It came straight into my body straight away, because I've been having this yin yang thing. Images come through me a lot lately. I keep seeing this. Yeah, it's a very strong one for me. Totally.
And it's chakra. So, if people want to have a look at this and just tune in for themselves and just see what's standing out, what's the frequency energy hit that you're getting, is there any little downloads you're getting, or is there anything you're feeling in your body when you actually look at this card? Because yin yang is balance. This to me feels very interdimensional as well. Yeah. So whatever you get for yourself is perfect. If you want to share it, share it. So of course, this is base chakra. You've called this card into your awareness today as an indication that balance is required somewhere in your life. Mastering balance is certainly a work in progress and a powerful master key to a more harmonious and enjoyable life. We live in a physical world of polarity with day and night. Hot and cold, and the forces of nature are constantly working towards a state of balance in everything. Living a life of balance is the ultimate goal. When you can walk your path with no judgment and realize that everything has an opposite, life becomes less stressful and flows with ease and grace. You may have been feeling out of whack of late. Take a moment to see what is out of balance in your life. What have you been putting too much energy into or focusing on, or what requires a little more attention? It could be thoughts in your head, relationships, work, family, or a new project you're working on. Once you find where the balance is required, take action and positive steps to allow the natural flow to occur. Balance is the key. It's time to let go and stop pushing or trying too hard. Surrender and allow balance to bless your life. So this card can also indicate that balance may already be present and you've been taking the right steps to allow it to flow into your world. So, it's interesting. And the affirmation is, I'm balanced in all aspects of my life. It's interesting because I've started to choose to see this world as a perfect unity and a perfect balance, rather than it being so discordant from sun to moon. They work together. To me, everything comes into a unity. I don't know. This is just my feeling. So, yeah. So, and Marie's popped up there.
Yin and yang, and felt music and movement with it.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I'm feeling there can't be light unless there's darkness. Yes, Kim. I see two galaxies perfectly connecting.
Yep.
above another galaxy. Yeah, all of the above. Yeah.
It feels like realms and everything intertwining. So it's not just linear. This is how I see balance now. It's not just linear, black and white, night and day, whatever. It's actually this interwoven, like you can see that. It's just, it's merging and melding together.
Yeah. And it's fluid. As you're doing that, it's fluid. It's never stagnant.
It's never
That's
one
so
or the other.
interesting. Yeah. Because, you know, sometimes people can think, is that one of those symbols that might not be relevant down the track because people still see it as the polarity concept. But as we know, it's not because of the individual dots that sit between them. It's always within each other. And there's a unity consciousness of the whole of it. But I don't feel that at all. In fact, that's why I've been getting these image downloads coming and of the yin and yang symbol this week. So it's just amazing how it works because I think it's reinforcing that, no, it's much more interdimensional than that. And it's actually quite base. It's a base foundation for it. And we perhaps need to go back to that foundation and feel it so that we can work with this new energy, you know, rather than tack on to something. We just come back to the very core of where this was, you know, it's perfectly designed. The architecture of everything is perfect. So we just tap back into it now.
Yeah, exactly. It's becoming, you know, right through the scale of anything. It's interwoven.
Yeah.
So,
And when I see base now, I don't see it's at the bottom. I see base as it's a central point for something. Perhaps it's very different. Yeah.
exactly. It's a central point. It's the foundation within a core.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if your core's moving beautifully, then everything comes from that.
That's exactly right. Oh, and Sheree says, I could feel the light fractals coming in to strengthen the flow symbol, and it came from the wilderness of darkness, which I see as magic. Yeah, I love that.
That's really beautiful.
Oh,
That's so true. And this is
yeah,
why it's so important for each of us to tap in because we can, what we need and what we perceive and where we're at, it'll show us individually as well. So nothing's right or wrong at all. I
no,
love that. Beautiful.
no. Who
So,
knew we would have been at this point in our evolution, considering, you know, like it's actually like it's worked out better than I could ever have imagined.
I know, just the remembering of the bigger picture and a different perspective. It's just like, oh, of course. Why did I never think of this before? Well, you weren't ready. Okay. So it's just accepting as well where we are. So,
Yeah. Oh, hi,
and
Jasper.
Jasper
Oh,
wants to come in. Yeah, he's going to help with I'm going to run a little meditation and he's going to actually help with that. So, oh my goodness, he's already started. Okay. So, we'd like to join in, even if you're doing this afterwards. I do run energy as I'm talking through the meditation. I channel it through. And so you will still get that energy hit even if you're watching this after the show. Okay. But meantime, if you want, if you're sitting, just feet flat on the floor, let yourself relax. If you're lying down, just let go and don't do this driving. Okay. So just close your eyes. I want you to take a big breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out, just let yourself drop, really drop into your body. Another breath in. And this time, take yourself to wherever your heart space is for you, wherever that beautiful heart space and chakra sits. And so you sense or feel a vibrant white light beginning to birth deep within that magical heart. And as this light expands, feel it releasing any pain or blocks. It keeps expanding through your whole body and through your whole energy being. Out into your aura, your electromagnetic field or your light body. And again, as this beautiful, vibrant white light does that, it has its own consciousness. So it releases, melts, dissolves any cords, hooks, or ties that are not of love, that are no longer serving you. And as you find yourself coming in more and more into a place of peace, see, sense, or feel the Star of David that is actually fourth dimensional, the Merkaba, coming through into your base chakra. It begins to spin. Wherever your base chakra is for you, this Merkaba, this is our traveling way of being. We can travel through dimensions and realms with this Merkaba. Feel yourself being anchored into this beautiful Merkaba. And as you do, see the light pouring from every aspect of it. And now allow this Merkaba to go wherever it needs to go within your being, creating a beautiful anchor of safety, of home, and then of freedom. Wherever it goes, it's completely right for you. How does it feel to be within this beautiful Merkaba, your light body? And now feel a beautiful energy forming up in your soul star chakra, about an arm's length above your crown. Feel it. You may feel some burning. You may feel some pressure as this begins to open more and more, allowing in more of that beautiful source of your soul, of your divine wisdom. And then see this golden light pouring down through into you, through your Merkaba. It's still spinning. And then this light continues to go down into your earth star chakra, 6 inches below your feet. And as it does so, it's still spinning and it flows out into all of the earth's gridlines, into this matrix, grounding this special, beautiful light, this magic, this sacred technology through here into this earth plane for whoever needs it. And we see everything joining up between us all. We are one, we are unified. Feel the energy coming through to you to revitalize you, strengthening you, healing, opening, allowing you to remember who you truly are. And then when you're ready, just know that you have this within you. Anytime you choose to tap into it consciously, it is there for you. And so just begin to gently wiggle your toes. Focus on your breath, bringing yourself back into the here and now. And when you are ready, you can gently open your eyes, feeling the energy still with you. And sometimes it takes a few minutes to come back, and that's perfect. And just if you want to share what you experienced, that put it into the comments. That's beautiful. So, Nick, how did that go for you?
Yeah, and see, this is it. This is it. That was perfect because this is exactly what I've been feeling. It's like where that core central point that's allowing us to embed something and still be in both. Like we can be in two realms, and we're understanding how to be in two realms at once.
More than
Instead
two.
of just to be heavy in one or heavy in the other. Oh, your head's too much in the clouds, you're always in the woo, or everything's always about material possessions. No, we're learning to meld this beautifully together, and that I felt that through that. I felt it was so effortless, actually, that we can move through it. So
absolutely.
Really, yeah.
So, and I'm glad you put this up, Gillian, because I actually was seeing the void in behind everything. So it's like everything like this, everything flows through the void. When we release, it's in the void, then we create, in the void, then come through into a different frequency. And so, yeah, it's beautiful.
And even that expansion and contraction, I don't even feel it's like there's movement, and you can feel the movement, but at the same time, you are at both ends of it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's really truly bringing us a better knowing of that. And I think that's when we learn. That's where we learn to control energy, and that's
Totally.
that's when we're going to become these incredible, powerful beings that we're meant to be. Yeah,
We'll remember. So, yes. So, yeah, Sherry.
It reminded me of the oracle you drew. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Jasper, and everyone. Thank you all. Love.
Yeah, I love you all too. So there we go. That's today. So Nick, it's so lovely to have you back, and you just continue doing your amazing work and healing.
Yeah.
And we'll either see everyone tomorrow on Elisa's show or back next week.
Yeah.
So, and Jasper say goodbye to everybody, and he's giggling, so he's obviously feeling something coming through.
Yeah. And I can feel myself smiling, and it's from the heart. And so thank you, everyone, for bringing me to this space again. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maree. Thank you, everyone.
Sure. Lots of love to everyone.